Hey guys, we're gonna play a little bit of WoW today. I'm kind of in the middle of a Mana Tombs run. Level 65. Doing pretty good. We had like a semi. I wouldn't even say it's a wipe. It was just kind of like a couple of us died. One person was AFK. But the main reason I'm making this video is because motherfuckers want to not let people tank because they're not prot. And after this point, we'll just kind of go over what my stats look like, what my gear looks like a little bit, and what my spec looks like, because I'm not prot. I'm 100% Fury. And just wanted to kind of go over what I'm running and how I'm doing. So if you're leveling in Burning Crusade Classic right now, and you're trying to dungeon spam and people don't want to let you tank because you're Fury, or you're waiting for a group for a really long time because you're a DPS warrior, and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, fuck, I can't tank, waiting for a tank, I don't want to respec prot. You don't have to. So here's just a general, well, let me see, he needs mana. Okay, so here's just a general baseline of my stats here. 9.5k armor with my shield. When I'm dual wielding, it's 6k. 358-ish defense, 58 hit, which comes out to 4% added hit, and 18 crit in battle stance, 7,700 health with Blood Pact, and that's basically it. My gear's not crazy. It's mostly DPS gear. A lot of it's Conqueror gear, but it can be done. My talents are straight Fury. I mean, as you can see, just the tactical mastery, that kind of stuff in prot. But that's it. So this is kind of like a bad example of, you know, what to do, because tanking a boss is pretty easy. You just throw on your shield, you do a lot of shield blocks, and revenge as much as you can. Keep Sunders at 5, and you're going to use heroic strikes unless your rage is like booming, which doesn't usually happen too often. And you want to use your taunt anytime you see, obviously, just have target on in the upper left there. Anytime you see your target switch off of you when you're tanking. So like right now, it just switched again. And I'm just spamming revenge. I'm using shield block on cooldown, and I'm using, you know, Sunder as needed, just to keep it up because the stacks are already at 5. Might die here? Nope. We're good. Oh, there's that sword. Finally. Can I get it? Does Stink need it? Yes! He doesn't need it. Finally got my offhand sword. Finally. I think that's the offhand one, right? Yeah. Alright, so cool. I'll change that macro around a little bit later. Now, for tanking packs as a Fury warrior, this is basically what I do. You're gonna use quite a few abilities, but the most, of course, this body's like right in the way. I'm gonna wait for these patrols to go, and we're gonna pull this small pack first. I'm not gonna do my normal combo on this little group because they're not elites. So I'm just gonna pull and kill this small pack real quick. And let the mage kind of do his work here. And I'm gonna eat these because I don't want the group to eat them. Alright, so on this pull, this is what you're typically going to look like here. You're going to charge in if you can. You're going to go into Berserker and cast Sweeping Strikes and Whirlwind immediately after, and then switch to defensive. And what you're going to kind of stuck here. You're going to spam Cleave and Sunder on targets to leave revenge if you can. And that's going to pretty much keep the aggro on you for the most part. I'm going to show you again. You should use Normalizing Shell when it's a pack more than 2, typically. So my health didn't drop too low there. I did lose aggro, so some other people took a little bit of damage. So it wasn't like I had threat the whole entire time. but I will say it does work for the most part for holding threat as a Fury Warrior. Now when you bow pull, Berserker Rage, and then straight into defensive stance, you gotta hope that your group doesn't start pumping numbers right away. I dropped 2 Sunders on the first target, and then I switched to taunt the second one so that I have the aggro. This group is pretty DPS heavy, as you can see on the right. The Mage and the Warlock and the Rogue are pumping out some strong numbers. So that helps. Having a competent group, a competent healer is a must when you're Fury tanking. So right now we're looking at a 2-pack on the left here, so I'm going to probably bow pull since they're all kind of... I'm going to wait, because he still needs a little bit of mana. I'm going to bow pull and I'm going to pull back. Got 2 2-packs. 2-pack on the left, 2-pack on the right. Looks like they might move up, so I might charge in. Oh, he's gonna poly pull, which is fine. If your mage is good and he wants to poly pull, that helps you as a Fury tank, because then you take, you know, minimal amount of damage. It's better on your healer. You don't have to worry about, you know, stopping to drink every other pull, because you will take considerably more damage than any other tank, especially if you're not special. Now here I don't have aggro, but he's targeting the mage, and I'm going to wait. I just taunted towards the end there to kind of give myself some time to build up some threat. See if I can pull on my own. Now for this, I'm going to do a full pull. So I'm going to char... Oh, no. Never mind. You know what I'm saying. Because he just polyed that guy. So I didn't need to do a full pull. Usually on 3-packs I have to. I can get that on the mage. It's okay. I'm gonna try and take aggro here right away. This dot is hurting. Now, one thing that's important to note: he's low mana. You always want to make sure that you're paying attention to your healer's mana. And if you're in a situation where you know you're going to take a lot of damage, or you start taking a lot of damage and it doesn't look like you're getting a heal, just kite. If you have the capability to kite, if you're Fury, and you have Piercing Howl because you're not just a straight DPS warrior, like I take Piercing Howl because I like to use it in PvP a lot, it's helpful even when you're tanking because it has no target limit on how many it can affect. So if I'm running away and kiting enemies, I can use Piercing Howl, slow them, and give myself some distance, give my healer some time to pull a heal out, and get my health back up, get me back in. Alright, so I got 3 stacks on this mob, and I'm pretty much holding aggro. He used his little Frozen Nova, Frost Nova. Didn't really need to, I had taunt up. He's probably gonna poly one of these. We're gonna see if I'm gonna charge in for this. So I'm gonna come back because I want to give myself some distance, and then I want to charge in. I use Piercing Howl here. Got 2 Sunders, and then switch, and then do a Sunder, and then a Revenge. I'm gonna throw a Whirlwind here to kind of give myself a little bit more threat. Didn't hold it as well as I'd like in that pack, but we have enough CC to kind of compensate for that. About to use my victory rush. Alright, so here's a good example. I'm just going to charge in on this one. So I'm going to charge in, and since I have sweeping strikes on my battle stance bar, I'm going to charge in, I'm going to use it, switch, Berserker Rage, Whirlwind. I want to use some of this rage up, so I'm going to stay for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to switch to defensive stance. Drop some Sunders. So we get that off. Yep, I did. Now I'm using Sunder. Now when I can get a decent lead like that, they're probably not going to pull off of me, even if they're pumping good numbers. Like he pumped out 500 DPS, I pumped out 478. So as long as I can get a good lead and I can get that sweeping strikes off onto a 2-pack, I'm going to pretty much be okay in terms of... This might fuck us up right here. Nope. Nope. We're good. Okay, so I'm gonna intercept and then taunt to get that aggro back up. My Will the Forsaken was down, so I couldn't break the fear, and I wasn't in Berserker stance to break it. Now it doesn't matter because I'm far enough in that I don't need to. So we got a 3-pack and probably another 3-pack, I forget. Yep, that's a 3-pack, and then we got this guy patrolling. I think he patrols all the way around, if I remember correctly. No, he doesn't. So I'm going to pull this pack. And I'm going to start, again, Berserker. I'm going to use Blood Rage now. And then I'm going to use Berserker Rage and immediately switch to defensive. The Mage polyed one for me. So I only have to worry about 2, which is cool. Pop sticking. And my Rogue is keeping them stunned if possible. Even if they weren't doing these things, I'm pretty confident that I can 3-pack tank them with all the aggro on me. The healer is confident. I don't have a ton of damage mitigation, but that's okay. Because I have pretty decent threat management for a Fury Warrior who's tanking multiple packs. Now on this side, I'm probably gonna pull this guy first, actually. Let's pull him first. Again, I'm gonna Berserker Rage and switch. Because the Berserker Rage helps me maintain more rage. He's gonna be here, but that's okay. Looks like he keeps his thinking on possible. This stop kinda hurts. Primal Shadows are worth anything right now. Alright, so I'm going to do it on this pack. He might pull off the poly, but I'm going to try it anyway. Strikes, whirlwind. I'm going to put on Demo Shout to kind of reduce the... There's my shot. And look, I held the pack the whole time. All 3 of them hitting me. And a piercing out here and roll to kind of get these smaller guys on me. So my healer was like 80%. So he used a decent amount of mana. Probably like 40%. But it was doable. Like, and he doesn't even have that much. 6,900, that's kind of low for a healer. I know a lot of healers that run 7,500 or more. So, what do we want to do here? Let's do this, and then poly this, poly. I don't care who it polys. So I'm gonna do it again here. Oops, that's not what I want to do. There's a whirlwind, and then this guy. So I fucked up that because I didn't use my taunt on the right target. And I tap targeted the wrong guy. Right. So it's doable. Sweeping strikes definitely makes it a ton easier. Having a good healer makes it a huge difference. Just having someone who knows to not just spam their highest rank heal or their best healing ability, not always the best move in every situation. This guy knows to use lower rank heals to preserve mana when he can, use higher rank heals when he needs to. I use Rampage as often as I can. If if my rage is low, I don't really use it because there's other abilities that are more important to keep up than Rampage. It is a nice attack power boost for 30 seconds, but to spend 20 rage on that when I could drop a Sunder and a Revenge or a Heroic Strike and a Revenge to keep my threat up on a target is more important than just the flat damage increase. Alright, so I'm going to charge here. Do my combo. And then we'll switch targets. dumped a decent amount of threat on the first guy that I can start dumping it on the second guy with cleaves on there to kind of keep the lead. Easy 2-pack, nothing crazy. Bow pull this guy. Start with the Sunder. Revenge got parried, that's okay. I'm going to throw up a Rogue Strike. So Stink pulled a lot of aggro there. I'm just going to go ahead and taunt it. Easy taunt pull. So the healer is probably using anywhere between 20 and 25% if I'm tanking a strong enemy, or if I'm tanking like a pack that's more than 2, 3. If I have to tank a 4-pack. Did I pull? Okay, I thought I pulled aggro with my sweeping strikes on the other pack that I did. Okay, so that's one down. Let's see if I can. The mage is very competent. I'm going to say that. He's helping a lot in this, making tanking on me a lot easier. I hate when there's a mage that just wants to stand there and spam frost bolts and does nothing else. He knows when to use his frost nodes. He knows when to poly people. I don't have to trigger him to poly someone all the time. So it's nice. He might even ignore that poly call if he thinks that there's a better one. He wants to do that one that's closer. That's fine.
What is this?
So that got parried. I didn't get to do my little sweeping strikes combo. That's okay. They're still on me. I'm gonna switch here. Actually, and I screw up a lot. How did we pull that? Through a Wraith from the boss? But this goes to show you that you can make mistakes while you're tanking, and it doesn't mean that you're gonna wipe. I've made a lot of mistakes here. I've taunted the wrong enemies. I've, switched stances when I wasn't supposed to. I maybe wasted more rage than I was supposed to. These are not things that are gonna break the whole raid down, or the whole group down rather, if you're semi-competent at tanking. And obviously your group has to be aware of what they're doing. They can't just be like these scrubs who spam max rank heal. I've been in groups where priests only use greater heal, and it's like, yeah, that might work if your tank is fully tank spec'd and has really good gear and good damage mitigation, and he really knows what he's doing, but then you're relying solely on the fact that everybody else has to carry it. The only thing I'm relying on here is that my players are competent. He's probably going to take a lot of damage here because of those mana burns. But I'm not sitting here like just spamming one ability or going in with a shield and just spamming Sunder on a single target and not having aggro across the board. I know my downfall is going to be tankiness, so I try to make up for that by having decent damage threat control so that the mobs will stay on me. Let's just face pull this. I'm just gonna, because I don't even want to fight these guys. These guys are, I'm just gonna kite them. Let the casters do their work. I'm gonna go in there for a little bit for that. So right here I have full rage, and the goal of this boss, I'm going to wait for them to mana up here, but the goal of this boss is the DPS is supposed to clear the ads. I just keep all my focus on the boss. DPS, after they kill the ads, they switch to the boss, we burn them down, and that's just how the cycle goes, because the ads do a lot of spell damage. Spell damage is not negatable by armor or anything like that, so you definitely want to have your DPS clear that. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in Berserker Shield so I can pop this right away, and I'm going to switch. I don't even want to use... I don't even want to use Berserker Rage because I don't even have plenty of rage in the battle scene, so... And actually I should have my shield up. But that's okay. I have the macro set up for it, so I just switched right away. I was hoping it would be. I'm out of range right now for the boss because I'm early, but it's okay because I still have aggro, so we're still focusing on me the majority of the time. Alright, so I'm taking a decent amount of damage still, even with the shield and even with my shield block. I'm going to onto him just to make sure that I keep as much threat as possible. I don't even have a threat anymore. I'm just doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing. Alright, I'm going to use Execution just to finish him off.
Farewell.
And I needed those for DPS, so that works for me. I might even swap them off and use them for tanking. I'll lose health for sure, but I will gain agility and I will gain... I can't even think. I'm going to lose stamina, but I'm going to gain agility and I'm going to gain strength. So it could be worth the trade-off. I'll lose 14 stam. I have a decent amount of health, so it's not a huge deal. As a Fury tank, will 140 health make a difference? Potentially. So, that's basically how you tank. I don't know how long this will work for. I've done it from Blood Furnace up until Mana Tombs. So I did it all through Blood Furnace. And I did it all through the Slave Pens, which Blood Furnace I did from 60 to 62. And then Slave Pens I did 62 to 64. And now I'm going to do Mana Tombs from 64, I'm 65 now, until 66, 67, and then maybe I'll switch to the Crypts, or I'll switch to... Yeah, I'll probably switch to the Crypts. That's probably what I'll switch to. I'll do the... I don't even know how to pronounce that. Ochonai Crypts. I'll do that for a while. I think there's a couple of pieces of gear I need in there, like this headpiece, even though 2 mana per second is kind of a waste. I might not go for that. And then I can replace my dagger with this sword. It's not bad. Just like every alliance. But that's basically it. I will say, number one important thing if you plan on tanking as Fury, have 2 fast weapons. The higher the DPS, the better. If it has stamina, even better. Hit rating is fairly important, but if you're rolling into 41 point Fury like I am, you will definitely have precision, so that means you'll have 3% built into that, which doesn't show up on the stat sheets at all. So realistically, this miss on +3, which is irrelevant, in this case because none of the mobs are more than a level, maybe 2 higher than me. 2%, that 3% isn't actually added onto this sheet, which is on my extended sheet here. So realistically, this is not 5% bonus hit. This is 8.7% bonus hit. So this is a 0% chance if the mob was 3 levels higher than me to miss. What else is important? Just gonna walk away. I'm not even gonna try and fight these guys because there's like 9 of them. I'd say that that's probably one of the most important things. Having a fast weapon, 2 fast weapons, and this hunter's gonna attack me. This druid's gonna... No? Okay. Just in case anybody attacks, I'll put this on.